Okay, so I was listening to that HVAC Insider podcast the other day, and they were talking about this whole refrigerant revolution thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, at first I was like, huh,
Right.
like what is going on?
It's a lot.
There are all these new refrigerants coming out, R-32, R-454B, and they're going to replace the old R-410A.
Yeah.
But they're not exactly, getting along.
No, they are not.
So what does all this mean for like the average person?
Well, that's what we're going to unpack today.
That's what we're going to figure out in this deep dive.
Exactly.
So this is going to impact a lot of different people, from like the manufacturers of these things
Oh, yeah.
to the contractors to homeowners like you and me.
Absolutely. It's like a fundamental change in how AC systems work, really.
So we've got these two big contenders, right? R-32
Okay.
and R-454B.
Yeah.
And it seems like each of them has their own like cheering squad.
Yeah.
For example, Daikin is like all in on R-32.
Yeah, and they're really pushing it as a sustainability thing.
Oh, interesting.
R-32 is way more efficient than the old R-410A,
Okay.
so it can help save you money on your energy bills.
So it's good for your wallet
Exactly.
and the planet.
And it's better for the environment, too. Yeah, smaller footprint.
Okay, so if Daikin's like, hey, this is the best thing since sliced bread,
Right.
why isn't everybody else like jumping on the R-32 bandwagon?
Well, it's interesting because pretty much every other big HVAC company,
Okay.
like Rheem Carrier Lennox, all those guys,
Mm-hmm.
they're all backing R-454B.
Okay.
And their reasoning is that it's just a smoother transition
Okay.
for the systems that are already out there.
Got it.
Think of it like this R-454B. It's kind of similar to the old R-410A
Okay.
in terms of how it works.
Okay.
So for the manufacturers, it's easier for them to just adapt their existing technology.
So it's less of a headache for them.
Yeah, exactly.
But how does this incompatibility actually play out in the real world?
Right.
Like for somebody who has to buy a new AC unit.
That's the big question.
Yeah.
R-32 and R-454B systems, they don't mix at all.
Oh, wow.
It's like oil and water.
So you can't just like swap out the refrigerants later on.
Nope.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of modifications.
Really?
To the entire system. It could be really expensive and complicated.
Wow. So this is a big decision.
Yeah, it's not just about what brand you like. It's about choosing a refrigerant
And being stuck with it.
that you're going to be stuck with for years and years.
Yeah, this is like a long-term commitment.
Absolutely, a long-term relationship.
So it affects more than just homeowners, right?
Oh, definitely.
What about the contractors
Yeah, they're going to have to get all new tools and training
to work on these new systems?
to service all these new systems, exactly.
And what about wholesalers?
Yeah,
Like wholesale AC services?
right, the guys whose podcast we're talking about.
It sounds like they're kind of hedging their bets.
Yeah, it seems like they're stocking both kinds of units.
That makes sense.
R-32 and R-454B, they want to be ready for anything.
So they can sell to whoever walks in the door.
Yeah, but it also makes it tougher for the consumer.
Right, because now you walk in and like, well, we got this and we got this.
It's like, how do you decide?
It just adds to the confusion.
For sure, it really highlights how important research is.
Yeah, you can't just go in blind.
Nope. You have to weigh the pros and cons.
Like R-32 is more efficient?
Right, but R-454B is more compatible.
That's a tough choice.
Yeah, no easy answers.
So what's the bottom line for our listeners?
I think the main takeaway is that the HVAC industry is going through some big changes.
A big transition.
A huge transition, and choosing between these refrigerants is a big deal.
It's not just a small detail.
Nope, affects everybody.
Manufacturers, contractors, homeowners.
The whole supply chain.
It's a real refrigerant revolution.
It really is.
And it's something we all need to be aware of when we're thinking about our AC systems.
Exactly.
So next time you're shopping for a new AC unit,
Mm-hmm.
remember this conversation.
Do your research
Do your research, weigh your options,
and choose wisely.
because you could be living with that choice for a long time.
That's true.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll catch you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.